as you were mentioning there about sort of working hours and how you've got that agile approach to people don't have to do 9 to 5, etc. I was thinking about talent, and obviously in organisations attracting great talent and also then retaining great talent and continuing to energise them is continuously important. So Microsoft has, as you said, been around for a long time. It's been successful, no question about it. One of the world's greatest organisations. But as a result of being around for such a long time, there could be a perception, as you said, perception is everything, that it's not that cool anymore, Microsoft. You've got sort of the new digital companies, Google, Twitter, Facebook, whatever they may be, that could be a sort of a competitor to Microsoft for talent. Is that fair, unfair? Is that an issue? If so, is it tackleable? Is it solvable? Or do you need to relaunch and say you're Microsoft now in 2012?
I don't know whether it's fair or unfair, but it's something that people say, and therefore, perception for some people is a reality. I don't think we see a lack of people being interested in working at Microsoft. We have like kind of almost 1 million CVs submitted to us every year, and that's testament to not just being a big brand, but being a brand that people would like to work for. We win a lot of awards for like Employer of the Year and all of those kind of corporate things. And that's lovely as well. That makes not only people feel it good internally about, oh, I've got a good deal here, and like kind of the company treats me with respect, but it gives us a good perception externally. I think there are always companies in whatever industry sector it is that pop up and they're the nice new bright shiny thing, and that will attract a certain number of people. But it does tend to be faddy or trendy, like kind of, so Alta Vista in, when was it, 97? Yeah. Like kind of that time, Alta Vista was a really big search engine. Everyone was like, oh, I want to work for Alta Vista, and now where is it? Now not every company goes in that direction. They morph and they go into different things, but I think that just always happens. I think what has changed quite dramatically in the last 10, 15 years is students are coming out of university. They've already either set up their own company already and are already trading with their own company, or they're looking at their careers in a very different light to the way certainly I was, like when I was at school, led to believe this is how it works. So like kind of it was very much you go and get a job, you do well, it's a meritocracy, then you get another job, you aspire to work for big brands, like you have this and generations before us would be at a company for their whole career, and then they'll have a pension out of it, and that's changed enormously. So now people are going, well, I'm going to go here because I'd like that to get that experience, but then I'd like to go there, and perhaps I'll go over to APAC for a bit, and then I'll go to like one of the BRIC countries, and they're looking at their career as more of a portfolio kind of career. So like working for the same brand for a long time is like, well, yeah, I could, but it's not necessarily important to me. So I think in that environment, to try and attract the best talent and to retain them, and then to keep your intellectual property, like so people that work for a company for just a couple of years, they're hugely valuable, but they don't necessarily have all the legacy or the learnings to be able to say, oh, I think we've done this before, maybe we could try it slightly different. So keeping that kind of corporate memory going is more challenging and more difficult but that's not just a Microsoft thing, that's everyone. I don't worry about attracting talent. I think that's just natural, and if you've got great leaders, you'll get great people. I definitely do believe, and I see it more and more, not just in Microsoft, but all over, how people do tend to still recruit in their own image, and therefore, if you've got fantastic leaders, you'll get fantastic talent. I think Google actually said this: it's like A's attract A's, but B's attract C's, and that I definitely believe. That's a brilliant quote.
So make sure you sort of filter on the way and who you actually bring in, and when you've got that talent, try and energise and keep them in the organisation.